Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at a relatively low-level axe, but no less a good one. It's actually a pretty decent low-level axe for a lot of characters. And it is the Bladebone Double Axe. The Bladebone Double Axe is a one-handed weapon, which is the unique item of a double axe, and it does 7 to 19 damage, which isn't particularly high, but it is a particularly low-level axe, so it's not too big of a deal. We have durability of 24 to 24, which can be a little bit of an issue if you're playing on a very fast attacking character, with a strength requirement of only 43, which is pretty decent, and a level requirement of 15. Now, this particular type of axe does have a base attack of normal attack speed, which isn't particularly fast, but because of the 20% increased attack speed on the item, it actually does attack quite quickly. We've got 50% ED, which does vary between 30 to 50%, so a little bit of a variance there of 20%. We've got 100% extra damage to undead, which is kind of odd for an item that is not a mace class. And believe it or not, this is actually a really nice effect, because around level 15 is when you get into Act 2 normal difficulty, which is full, absolutely chock full of the undead. Skeletons, Herodrum, all manner of undead monsters that will definitely be nice to have that enhanced damage for. We also have 40 attack rating to undead, which is also very nice. 8 to 12 fire damage at level 15 is actually pretty sweet, and an additional bonus of 20 defense, which is also pretty sweet to have. Now, do keep in mind that the 100% damage to undead functions very similarly to a might aura. So if you were to, for instance, put this axe on and take a look at your damage, 55 to 171, and then you were to put on something like might, which has about 90% enhanced damage. That's about the amount of enhanced damage that you would get versus an undead monster, which isn't terrible. Now, Bladebone is really appropriately placed, in my opinion, because it does really fit into the level 15 zone. And if you are a melee character who's going into the level 15 zone, which is Act 2, normal difficulty, this is it's a pretty decent axe for that zone. Now, the Bladebone double axe can also be found in the ethereal form, which is right here. And as you can see, the damage is quite higher with 10 to 28. Now, of course, at this particular level, there's no way that you can Zod it or make it indestructible. And it's pretty much just a use it until it breaks scenario. If you happen to find a Bladebone double axe at a low level like this, you can put it on, and it will probably stay in good condition for quite some time during Act 2 until it finally shatters. But, you know, it's going to be a nice ride while you wait for it to break. Now, of course, this can be upgraded 1 tier as well as 2 tiers, but let's explore the first tier. So to upgrade this, the first tier, you are going to need a Ral and a Soul Rune and a Perfect Emerald, and we are going to upgrade the ethereal version as well. So let's go ahead and grab 2 sets. And right off the bat, you'll see that we have 7 to 19, 43 strength with a level requirement of 15. And that goes to a 19 to 57, which is not bad. Level 30 requirement with 85 strength. It's actually a pretty decent upgrade. At level 30, when you are just getting into Nightmare difficulty, this could serve you decently well. I feel like it is a little on the low side as far as the damage is concerned, but at this particular level, you might not have anything better, and an upgraded Bladebone axe might be your weapon. Let's take a look at the ethereal version and how it upgrades. So 10 to 28 with a strength requirement of 33 and a level of 15, to 28 to 85, 75 strength and level 30. So not bad. Not a bad 1-tier upgrade. I feel like that's that would be okay if you just didn't have anything better at this particular level. It's a decent little upgrade. You might be better off with something like Butcher's Pupil off the top of my head. But, you know, if you didn't have access to Butcher's Pupil, this might be the right item for you. And let's take a look and see what this is like when we upgrade it to the second tier, which we are going to need a Pole rune and a Lum rune with another perfect emerald. And let's grab a second set of Pole and Lums for another upgrade, because we're going to do the next axe as well. So we're going to be upgrading again. So we upgraded first from the double axe to the twin axe, which is normal to nightmare. And now we are going to be upgrading from the twin axe to the, what's it called? Etten axe, which is the elite version, the hell version. We need the Pull, the Lum, and the perfect emerald for this. Now, I don't particularly think this is going to be a good upgrade, but we're going to explore it nonetheless. So, 1957, 85 strength, and level 30 requirement, to 49 to 99, 45 dex, 145 strength, 64 level requirement. That's a very poor upgrade, in my opinion. The damage is not high enough to justify level 64, and the stat requirements went through the roof. So let's do the next one, which is 28 to 85, 75 strength, level 30, to 73 to 148, 35 dexterity, 135 strength, at level 64. Unfortunately, the Bladebone at Nax is really not worth it. I would definitely say that the Bladebone at Nax is viable for at least one tier of upgrade to the Twin Axe, but really not viable to the second tier upgrade to the Etten Axe. I feel like that final upgrade there is just not, it's not very good. Yeah, it's just not. That's just not with it. It's just not with it. I feel like the Bladebone really kind of just shines at level 15. It seems to almost be designed to assist a melee character in the killing of undead, giving you a 100% bonus damage to undead and an attack rating bonus to undead at level 15 is the perfect level for a melee character who is now venturing into the tombs of Tal Rasha and the halls of the dead and the rocky wastes and all those beautiful zones that are just teeming with skeletons and Herodrum and various forms of undead like the ghoul lords and whatnot. So a very nice weapon for level 15, but I feel like it's going to outlive its usefulness relatively quickly. By the time you get to Act 4 and Act 5, you're probably going to be hankering for a new weapon, or at least looking to upgrade this one so that it's not so bad. Where can you find the Bladebone? Since it is a double axe, it's probably going to drop just about everywhere Act 2 and up, and I don't think you're going to have any problem locating one. You've probably found several of them, in fact, and maybe you didn't need them. Well, you were on a sorceress or something else that didn't quite necessarily need the weapon. Because it does have 20% increased attack speed, it's actually not a bad choice for a low-level shapeshifter druid. It is great for a little low-level barbarian, low-level zeal paladin. I mean, at level 15, you can even run around, you know, thwacking things on your sorceress if you still want to, and it certainly would work fine on a sorceress as well. The relatively low stat requirements on the Bladebone make it usable by a wide variety of characters. And it is relatively fast, which means you won't have to worry too much about you know, being super slow on your attacks, and useful with attacks like Zeal, and definitely a good double swing axe. I'm thinking off the top of my head here would definitely go good with a barbarian who's utilizing double swing. There's really not a lot more to say about this particular axe. I definitely would say that it's not a good Tier 3 upgrade. A decent Tier 2 upgrade, but probably better left at level 15, where it's more useful. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, and keep watching.